What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City live stream watch along with the international break. All done and dusted, we are back in Premier League action with Manchester City taking on Brentford in Premier League matchday number 4. City currently sitting top of the Premier League. Liverpool breathing down our necks. They're playing at 3 o'clock at Anfield against Nottingham Forest. City are playing at 3 o'clock here against Brentford. That's British summertime, 3 p.m. So Manchester City know that they could do with a win today and could do with a really good win against Brentford to ensure that we do try and remain top of the Premier League going into match day number 5 next weekend. And Manchester City's huge game, of course, against Arsenal at the Etihad Stadium next Sunday. So before I do crack on with this live watch along, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to, if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do leave a thumbs up. We are aiming for 100 likes. Already made a good start. We're already a quarter of the way there. So we are 75 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be great. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the live chat, including where you're tuning in from today and your score prediction for this game. Finally, I do want to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Thank you very much to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. You can go and check them out. Links and details, they are in the description. It is a free app to download. They're going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest football scores, as well as all the latest information for every single game, and also the latest analysis and statistics. I will be going through the information and the teams for this game in just one moment using today's video sponsor, SofaScore, so do go and check them out. Links and details there in the description. As I said, it is a free app to download, so worthwhile checking out. And anyone that does download SofaScore using my link in the description or the QR code on screen or the link in the live chat will help to support the future content created here on my channel. Speaking of the live chat, I would to say a warm welcome to everybody for tuning in. It is much appreciated. We've got Matthew in on the chat, getting in an early prediction going for a whopping 6-0 victory for City. City, of course, sitting top of the table on 9 points from 3 games. Liverpool are on 9 points from 3 games. Both sides on +7. So Manchester City, if we do win this game and Liverpool win this game, if City win by 1 and Liverpool win by 2, they'll go top. So it's important that City not only look to try and pick up the win, but also try and ensure that we get a really good victory today against Brentford. 6-0, I think, will keep Man City on top of the Premier League, but Brentford, good defensive team. Won't be easy for City this afternoon. City have got to be on it. Liverpool, they of course have got a match against Nottingham Forest where I'm expecting that to be a formality for Liverpool. Dalton, thanks for tuning in. Going for a 2-1 victory for City today. Reckons goals for Haaland and Bernardo Silva, with Kevin De Bruyne grabbing a brace of assists. I like that. Adam, thanks for tuning in. Going to be watching on the streams today as this game isn't being broadcast live in the UK as it is in the 3 p.m. blackouts here. Nick, thanks for tuning in, going for a 4-1 victory for Manchester City. Moet, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated as well. And also, Rocco, thank you for tuning in, asking what is the 11? Well, I think that's an appropriate time for me to head on to today's video sponsor, SofaScore, where we're going to go and have a look at all the latest for this game. So, Manchester City taking on Brentford, asking who I think is going to win. I'm going with a City win. Now, I had over 79,000 votes on SofaScore. 86% thinking it's going to be a Manchester City win. Coincidentally, it's also 86% in the poll on my channel as well. 86% going for a City win. 3% going for a Brentford win and 10% going for a draw. On SofaScore, it's 86% going for a win for Manchester City, with 9% going for a draw, with 5% backing a Brentford win. in this game. Referee for this game, according to SofaScore, is Darren Bond. So, on to the lineups. We're going to start off first with Manchester City's opponents, Brentford, lining up with a 4-3-3 formation. I have a feeling this could be a 4-5-1, potentially even a 4-4-2, depending on if Brentford are needing and wanting to attack Manchester City. Average age of their squad today at 26.6 years, starting with Mark Flecken in goal. He had two very important and impressive performances against Manchester City last season for Brentford, so he'll be looking to have another game of his life today in this match, lining up with a back four made up of Nathan Collins, Sepp van der Berg, Ethan Pinnock and Vitaly Janelt. Into midfield, you've got Christophe Aguerd, Christian Norgaard and Mikkel Damsgaard, with Keane, Lewis Potter going on the left wing, Bryan Mbuemo starting on the right wing, and up top is Yoane Wissa. Led by manager Thomas Frank, decent manager. On the bench for Brentford today, you've got Volder-Marson, Ben Mee, Meg Homer, Roeselef, Fabio Carvalho, Yarmiluk, Konak, Trevitt and Shade. I think the dangers that City need to keep an eye on, I spoke in my preview about the quality that Yoane Wissa possesses up top. Bryan Mbuemo has been Brentford's best player, in my opinion, this season. Needs to be kept quiet. I suspect this could be a 4-4-1-1 or a 4-5-1, where you're going to see the likes of Lewis Potter and Mbuemo dropping a little bit deeper. Mbuemo's going to be doing a lot of running today, so Manchester City could really do with trying to keep him quiet, cutting off the supply to Yoane Wissa, and I think that may help Manchester City in keeping a clean sheet today. And I fancy that if City do keep a clean sheet today, we will be coming out with the 3 points. Decent midfield, Damsgaard, Norgaard, some international players there. Decent at the back as well. They are going to go for that low block. They will be parking the bus. So City need to be at their creative, clinical best today. We know that already going into this game. Now, Manchester City lining up with a very experienced team. Average age of just under 29 years old at 28.7 years. I spoke in a lot more detail during my daily Manchester City transfer updates about my concern when it comes to Manchester City's ageing squad. Added Savinho into the squad, which is bringing that age down from below 29 years old. But adding Ilkay Gundogan well into his 30s now, there's a lot of experience for Manchester City. But when it comes to long-term and thinking in the next 2 or 3 years, there's the possibility here that you're going to see a decline of 2 or 3 of the players that are already in the City squad, and that is going to need freshening up. And I thought City may have taken the opportunity this summer, with us looking very good on our net spend, to have maybe addressed 1 or 2 of them younger issues in Manchester City and bringing in high quality young players. Done a good bit of business with Savinho starting today, which is great. Thought City might have had a look at maybe defensive midfield and midfield in helping to rotate Rodri, but here we are rotating Rodri. But as you've seen so far this season, it's come from Kovacic and nobody else, and Kovacic has done an outstanding job. So experience could be key, and in the short term, brilliant. That City team more than capable of beating Brentford today. City squad more than capable of winning the Premier League and winning the Champions League. I do want to stress, though, over the next couple of summers, that will need to be addressed in terms of trying to bring that average age of that squad down, because that is averaging 29 years old, is an ageing squad, a squad that potentially will start to slow down. And I think that's just something City need to be careful of with how we like to play under Pep Guardiola. With the high line, you go in with experienced players who need to be switched on, need to keep their physique, need to keep their pace to compete with the most physical league in Europe, which is the Premier League. So City have chosen not to have a look at that, and instead trying to find a nice balance between promoting young players, your Savinhos, your Rico Lewises, and finding a little bit of experience in there as well. So City lining up today with Ederson starting in goal. Looking like City are going to go with 3 at the back. So Kyle Walker, captain in the side today, starting on the right side of centre-back, with Akanji going through the middle and John Stones, I think, maybe going on the left. Potentially could be Rico Lewis going on the left and John Stones pushing further into midfield. could be Akanji going on the left and John Stones going through the middle. So it'll be interesting to see what City choose to do with the injury to Nathan Ake. I'm surprised that Josko Gvardiol hasn't started this game. I think with Man City knowing that they've not got Ake available until after the next international break in the so not available for another month or so, I think City are just trying to protect Josko Gvardiol, and he'll be starting in the big Champions League game against Inter Milan midweek, and he'll be starting against Arsenal. So City have chosen to rotate him here, and he'll be rotated in the match against Watford as well. Into midfield, spoken about Kovacic already. Alongside him, you're going to see Ilkay Gundogan, which is brilliant to see. I think it's his first start, actually, for Manchester City since signing back from Barcelona. So looking forward to seeing what Ilkay Gundogan can do. And further ahead of him, you've got the very in-form Mr. Assists himself, Kevin De Bruyne. Starting on the right wing, we've got Savinho again in fine form. I'm excited to see Savinho once more, with Jack Grealish getting the nod today ahead of Jeremy Doku on the left wing, and Erling Haaland, rest in peace to his friend, has been grieving over the last couple of days when he found out one of his good friends has passed away, which is very sad. There was some question marks about is he emotionally and mentally ready for this game, because Pep Guardiola has already confirmed that if Erling Haaland wanted to, he could sit out this game, and he could sit out any of the games that he wants until he feels like he is ready to come back. And Erling Haaland's obviously confirmed that he is wanting to come back, and I imagine that Erling Haaland will want to continue his good form, and I imagine he'll want to at least try and grab a goal today and dedicate that goal to his very good friend. So a sad start to the stream. So rest in peace there to Erling Haaland's friend. Now on the bench for Manchester City, you've got a very strong bench. Stefan Ortega, Josko Gvardiol, Ruben Dias, Rodri, Phil Foden, good to see him back from his illness, Bernardo Silva, James McAtee, Matheus Nunes, and Jeremy Doku. I imagine you'll be seeing 3 or 4 of these players starting from the bench today against Inter Milan. So I imagine you're going to be seeing the likes of Josko Gvardiol, Ruben Dias, potentially Bernardo Silva, maybe Doku, maybe even a Phil Foden or something starting against Inter Milan. And I imagine that City may want to try and utilise making 3, 4, maybe even 5 of their substitutions just to try and get the sharpness of some of the players out there who haven't featured that much so far this season and not featured much in pre-season as well, including the likes of Matheus Nunes, Phil Foden, and Rodrigo, of course, for Manchester City as well. So there we go. They are the teams. I'm going for a 3-0 victory today for City. I think it'll be a difficult game to start. I think City will take a little bit of time to settle in coming back after the international break. Always naturally just a little sticky when it comes to embedding yourself back into Premier League action and just getting your sharpness back up. Same can be said for Brentford as well. So I think Manchester City are just going to take that opportunity now to try and knock the ball around, see if they can create a couple of opportunities. And I think towards the latter parts of the first half, I'm going for Kevin De Bruyne to continue his good form and not grabbing an assist, but grabbing a goal for City. And then into the second half, I'm going Erling Haaland to score. And I reckon you might see Phil Foden come off the bench, and I'm going with him to grab the goal for Manchester City. So going 3-0 today for City is my score prediction. So do get your score predictions, guys, in the live chat. Morgan, thanks for tuning in. Going for a 2-0 victory today for Manchester City. If we could keep a clean sheet, I'll be delighted with that. Anything for 3 points would be absolutely brilliant. I'll be really happy with that. So that's what City need to persevere with, stick with, and try and make happen. So, as I said, do get your score predictions, guys, in the live chat. So if you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe. That would be much appreciated. We're closing in now on 37,800 subscribers, so if we can hit that over the coming few days, then that would be absolutely brilliant. So if you're watching this and you haven't already and you're enjoying the content, then please do subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget as well to check out my social media links. You can find them in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. We are aiming for 100 likes. We're now 62 likes away from 100 likes, making good gains. Can we get to 50 before kickoff? That would be absolutely brilliant. Any help towards that would be brilliant. And also don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the live chat, including where you're tuning in from today and your score prediction for this match. Finally, do want to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Bear with me, I'm just getting the promo video loaded up. There we go. Rightio, thank you very much to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. So as I said, do go and check them out. Links and details, they are in the live chat. You just caught me just checking up on the second monitor to ensure that the stream is all hunky-dory, which it does seem to be. Dad, yo, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Says going for a 3-0 victory for Manchester City today. Matching me, I'm going 3-0 Manchester City as well. So yeah, get your score predictions in the chat. That would be great. Alvin, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Just on the Diet Coke today, nothing spectacular, nothing too interesting. Julia, hello, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Do hope you are well. Yeah, it's in a cup. How mint's this? It's my New York Yankees cup. I'd just come back a couple of days ago from New York City. It was a cracking trip, and I've never suffered jet lag this bad before. I thought I were getting over it yesterday, and then it's knocked me for 6 again today. So I've spent all day trying to recover and suck up enough enthusiasm to ensure I've got enough energy for a live stream, and I've got to about 2 p.m. today, BST. I was on the couch and I was like, I need to go upstairs, I need to go and set up. I was nodding off and I was like, do you know what? I need to go and set up. And as I was setting everything up, I think a bit of adrenaline's hitting again. And I'm like, you know what? City are playing. I'm happy, not tired anymore. And good to go. So there we go. Julie says, saw the video from the store. Yes, the New York City store. If you're out in New York City, it's open for just over another week. I'm hoping they're going to make it a more permanent fixture in New York City. I can't imagine that the rent is too cheap with where it is located in the Americas, which is located right next to the Rockefeller Center, just off Fifth Avenue. So won't be a cheap store in terms of keeping hold of the store for its location. So I wonder if it is feasible and they've made enough money, then it might be more permanent there, or if not, looking for an alternative location in NYC, because it's good to see. It's really good to see. There's obviously a couple of stores in Manchester at the Arndale Centre, in the city centre, and at the Etihad Stadium, of course. You've got a permanent store in Abu Dhabi as well, and New York City seems to be the one that they're aiming for next on the American market. And you're seeing more and more about City travelling over to the United States of America every couple of seasons for pre-season. There's been a huge emphasis this summer on helping to grow and build up the relationship between City and the fans from the United States of America as well. So, yeah, it was really interesting to see. It really demonstrated the growth, because I've supported City for a long time. I've supported City now into my 22nd year. So I've seen Manchester City have some hardships. I've seen City struggling in the Premier League. I've seen us under the eras of the likes of Kevin Keegan and Stuart Pearce. So it's amazing, really, to see the progress from there right through to 20 years later. Here we are growing a market in New York City, and Manchester City winning the biggest and best trophies out there on offer. It's awe-inspiring. It's a reality check in realising just how well off the field Manchester City are doing, and also on the field as well. Dad, I can confirm I'm not copying Super 6. I do my predictions very early. It gets to 5 p.m. I check my Super 6. By 6 p.m. within that hour, my Super 6 will be done. Nothing to be gained off copying you. I want to try and overtake you. I don't think I'm currently ahead of you, so copying you just doesn't serve a purpose. Maybe I can accuse you of copying me, so you can stay ahead of me. Instead, we'll put an alternative way of thinking out there. Dave, enjoy your drive to Huddersfield at half-time, and also wishing Warrington the very best of luck and Manchester City. Andrew, thanks for tuning in. Reckons maybe another hat-trick today for Erling Haaland, which would be absolutely brilliant. He's currently played 69 games for Manchester City in the Premier League, bagging 70 goals, which is impressive. Very impressive from Erling Brought Haaland. So hopefully we can see more goals from him today. And who knows, could be another hat-trick. That would be back-to-back-to-back hat-tricks. Has that been done before? I'm not so sure it has. Adam tuning in from Belfast. Love that. Thank you for tuning in. I love Belfast. Belfast, a cracking city. So, there we go. Dad says, can't see my scores. I'm all buying it. I think you find a way. I think you get Aaron maybe to log in and have a look or something, because you copying my scores. Copying my scores. I'm not having it. Right, just get my stream locked and loaded. Ready for this game. Obviously, we can't do a live stream without being able to watch the game, evidently. Adverts. More and more adverts. Alright, I think it's worked. It has worked. Right, I will pop my earphone in so you guys aren't having the commentary being picked up. Right. Doesn't like my earphone as the players make their way out of the tunnel. Erling Haaland included. Right. Clear that away. Right. Let's get my thing set up. I can do the stream. I can go over here. I feel very disorganised today, guys. I don't know why. Got everything in place and everything sorted. Maybe it's just because it's been a couple of weeks and I feel rusty. I'm not sure. So these international breaks, I can't stand them. I don't get why you play 3 games in the Premier League and then you get an international break chucked in when players have only just returned from their holidays. There's nothing to be achieved off these international breaks. Created the Nations League to try and make international matches more appealing to people. But there's just too many international games. It doesn't hold any leverage to anything. It doesn't offer any purpose other than it's a great opportunity for your key players to pick up injuries unnecessarily. Excuse me. Daft. Strange. I don't agree with the October one or the November one having international breaks every month. And then you don't have any till March. Then that's your last one for the season. You've got 4, and instead of spacing them out every 2 months, do them every month. And then doing it after just 3 games is just silly. So the stream that I'm watching it on, I think it's coming from China. Interesting. They're saying that Brentford are going with a 5-3-2. Right. Nearly ready for kickoff here. So Manchester City playing in their home kits today because against Inter Milan we're going to be playing in our special 4th kit edition, which has been designed by Noel Gallagher as part of the 30th anniversary of Oasis's album Definitely Maybe. And it's going to be worn in a couple of away games for City in the Champions League this season. And it's also going to be worn as our home kit for the match against Inter, which has caused a lot of controversy. So the players are just gathered in the centre circle. We're going to have a minutes. Are we having a minute's silence or a minute's applause for Sven-Göran Eriksson, who very sadly passed away last week? Former Manchester City manager, former England manager, an all-round fantastic man, and a loss for the football community and a loss for Manchester City because he holds some of Manchester City's history as well. So it looks like we're going to have a minute's applause for Sven-Göran Eriksson, which everyone's showing their appreciations for, which is really good to see. So rest in peace there to Sven, and the thoughts of the JSGC channel and everyone associated with the channel goes out to Sven's family and friends at this very sad time. So it looks like Brentford are going to get us underway for this game. They're playing in their away strip, black shirts, black shorts, and yellow socks. Tagging from right to left with Man City in their home kits today. Sky blue shirts, white shorts, white socks. Just waiting for the referee to sound his whistle to start the game. He does. And we do have kickoff here for this game between Manchester City and Brentford. JPH, thanks for tuning in. Cheering on City today, which is good. John, thanks for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. Do hope you're well as Brentford. Putting a moment in and header comes in at 1-0 Brentford. Oh my word. 24 seconds in and Wissa's given Brentford the lead. Manchester City couldn't clear their lines. John Stones couldn't get it clear. Wissa's at the back post. Nods into an empty net. It's a disastrous start for City. It's a mess. What a mess from Manchester City. And a team that's so good at being able to park the bus, restrict the space and make life difficult for City. You do not want to give them an early goal after 20 seconds. And it's exactly what Manchester City have done here. Brentford lead, City shell-shocked. Disastrous start that for City. My stream's decided it doesn't want to work, so can't get a replay right now about what's happening. Disastrous start for Manchester City here. Try and get my stream back up and running. It's a very quick goal to concede. I think it was 24 seconds. It's just a ball played over to the back post, not defended by City, and just hooked back into space, and it's really poor. Now, City did concede first in our last game as well. John Stones and Ederson just don't speak to each other. They get muddled up and it's just half cleared. It's just a poor goal to concede. Really weak goal, and it's a gift. It's gift wrapped. Straight from Santa Claus. And straight into the back of the Manchester City net. Mick Sid, thanks for tuning in. We need a bit of luck. City just gonna have to settle themselves down a little bit here, I think. And Paul are giving away. City are just all over the place here. Brentford taking the game to City once more. Yeah, our last home game against Ipswich, it's carbon copy. It took City to go behind early on to force City to want to come out and play, and now Manchester City have got work to do here. And less than a minute in, you just can't be doing defending like that. It's really poor from City, really poor. And I think once more, because I've seen a couple of comments coming in from you guys before on my videos, when do we start to ask questions again of the goalkeeper? I don't think Ederson covers himself in glory with that goal. I don't think it's entirely his fault, but there's a lack of communication and talking, and a combination of the confusion between Ederson and John Stones leads to that goal. But once more, City aren't keeping a clean sheet, and Brentford are in again. Brentford are in again, and Rico Lewis manages to defend that out. That was a mess from City again. That should have been 2. And Mbuemo it was this time. They should have done better. That should have been 2. Bertrand, why are we the way we are? I do not know. But Ederson has Ortega breathing down his neck. And I think at some point, it's unfair on Ortega to watch City conceding weak goals whilst he sits on the bench. It just seems, I don't, City at home and City away seem to be 2 completely different beasts. City away from home looks sharp and good, and then City at home this season, in our couple of games that we've played now, we've just looked complacent. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, City have yet to really touch the ball and create or do anything. City just trying to put pressure onto Brentford, and in the end, Brentford can deal with it, and they're going to get that clear. As Julia says, sleepwalking. City win the ball high up there. Here's Rico Lewis then. 5 minutes in at the Etihad. City behind. Nadir. I think we'll win. We're only 5 minutes into the game. If you're going to concede, I'd rather concede in the first minute than the last minute. They're just, I think City just wanted to settle themselves into this game and they've not got time. They need to get up to speed and quick. Not to win here, I think, just makes what's been a brilliant start into a all-right start, and then puts a lot of pressure on City next weekend against Arsenal, because not winning here, I think, means Man City must beat Arsenal next weekend. Because otherwise, you're looking at back-to-back games in the Premier League where you've dropped points, both of them at home. Home form's crucial in winning Premier League, so we've worked really hard this season to put ourselves in a really good position, so we need to capitalise on that. As De Bruyne just runs out of room, and Brentford nearly scramble that clear. Here's Jack Grealish to the byline. Can't get it across, and Brentford will get that clear. And this is the issue now that you've got with facing Brentford. They're a very well-drilled or very organised defensive team. They're a team that it's not easy to create opportunities against. So, I mean, now that we're behind, I don't really see why City can't just chuck the kitchen sink at Brentford early on, if I'm honest. Oh, it's good from Brentford again, and Ederson, he does well, but it's scrambled by Brentford. I thought they might have gone for a 40-yard lob there with Ederson off his line, but they choose not to, and in the end, Akanji can get it clear. Flecken will pick it up, and again, City just have to regroup at the moment. 7 minutes in, Brentford have created 2 good chances. As Bertrand says, we're on the ropes. It's a bit like a boxing game, and first round, you got a heavy hitter who's come in swinging haymakers, and City don't really have an answer. They're just trying to stay in the contest at the moment. Is Brentford coming forward again, left wing? Chance to put a ball in. Lewis Potter in the penalty area. Ball comes in. It's deep. They've won the header. Again, overhead kick attempt, and doesn't make contact. He makes clean contact. That again would have been 2-0. This is poor. Really poor from Manchester City. They are all over the place. This defence is not balanced. It looks like Rico Lewis has gone in at left back here, and it's corner for Brentford. This is not a good start for City. Brentford are all over this at the mo. And if City aren't careful, this will go 2-0. This goes 2-0. And City have got some serious, serious problems. Corner coming in for Brentford then. More work for City to do early on. And it's... Oh, my word. Corner comes in. Shot comes in. Ederson knows nothing about it. Thankfully, it's straight at him. He makes the save. Jesus. Right, City in the penalty area, coming forward on the counter-attack, and Flecken drops the ball. He gathers it up at the second attempt. Now, Brentford have had 4 or 5 very good opportunities here. This is more than just a good start, a little spell. City are getting battered by Brentford right now. They are very lucky. He is unmarked. It should be 2-0. Nathan Collins it was with the effort. He does everything right on the volley. He keeps it low. He hits it hard. Only issue he has is it's not either side of the keeper. Straight at the keeper for him to make a save. Letting somebody have a volley 6 yards out from a corner is just inept. Now, I've had plenty to be optimistic about so far this season. Nothing's caused me any concern. These first 10 minutes here have caused me a lot of concern. There is space left, right and centre through City's midfield and defence. It is not balanced. Brentford are chucking everything at City. They've committed 5 or 6 forward. I wonder if City's preparation hasn't been correct with this. I wonder if City have anticipated that from the start of the game that Brentford are just going to sit deep and invite pressure. Because they've committed players forward and it's almost like it's caught City out by surprise. Is City now coming forward? Savinho on the right wing. Plays a 1-2 with Gundogan. Oh, that's a good ball into the box. City can't get the pass forward. Kyle Walker couldn't sort his feet out and Brentford will get that one clear. Cut off well by City though. We're now on to 50 likes, so halfway to my goal of 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. We're through 11.5 minutes. Brentford lead here by 1-0 at the Etihad. City looking to try and create some opportunities. Flecken gets it clear, only as far as Kyle Walker. Retro. Brentford have outplayed City here so far. The only disappointment they'll have is they should be more than 1-0 up. They really should. Is Jack Grealish. Goes to the byline, gets a corner for City. So City just started in the last couple of minutes now just to get a forefront and a foothold into the game and getting forward. And now we're just starting to see Brentford sit a little deeper. So a corner here for City. De Bruyne to take. Whips one in. It's deep. Right idea. It's a little bit too much on it for Ilkay Gundogan. He manages to get his head onto it, but it goes wide. He's stretching it. It's always behind him. Just a little bit too much on that from KDB. Right idea. Not quite the execution that we were looking for. So Brentford can have a goal kick and can look to try and come forward. Here is Flecken. Works it out to the left-hand side, which Brentford do well to keep in and can play the ball forward. Will be cut off by Ederson. Kyle Walker ensures that Lewis Potter can't get any further. And City can have possession once more and can come forward. On the left wing, here is Akanji. So it is Stones going through the middle and Akanji going on the left. Here is Johnny Stones. Gives the ball to Kyle Walker. So City, look like we've got 5 forward for City at the mo. Here's John Stones. Worked well to the left. Grealish. Gives the ball to Rico Lewis. Akanji works this to the right for Savinho. First time we've seen a link up of Savinho and Walker as De Bruyne plays the ball in, looking for Ilkay Gundogan. Can't find him, headed clear, only as far as De Bruyne once more, as Savinho into the penalty area, gives the ball to De Bruyne. He plays a ball in, and that will go onto the roof of the net. Takes a deflection, and will be another corner then for City. So it's taken 10 minutes for City to grow into the game and get to grips. They've got to grips with it. So City now could do with creating a couple of opportunities and seeing if they can punish Brentford and be clinical. Because Brentford, they've had 3 or 4 good opportunities. They've found the goal that they're looking for. There should be 2 up, in my opinion. And hopefully City can make Brentford pay for not being ruthless and punishing us when they've had the opportunity. There's a needless free kick given away there by Kevin De Bruyne going... I mean, he does go shoulder for shoulder. It's a bit weak, but... yeah. Mixid sounds like he's enjoying the day about as much as I am right now, with his team Preston North End losing to Middlesbrough. Here's Flecken. Works it to the left for Nathan Collins. Takes a good touch. Brentford now looking to try and just slow this game down. Flecken once more finds Nathan Collins. That's good combination. Good work that from Brentford. And a forward pass can come in, and Kyle Walker will cut that off from Lewis Potter. Ederson finds his pass to Manuel Akanji, and City will play it across the defensive line with Johnny Stones picking the ball up left of centre, centralises himself. He's got the run on the right of Savinho, uses Savinho. Savinho does really well to avoid the challenge, and De Bruyne now providing a bit of width here, and he whips it back across, and it's cleared by Brentford and out for another City corner. Even Pinnock it was doing the defending there. Weren't the best of clearances. It's the outside of his foot. So instead of going out for a throw-in, it'll be a corner for City to take, which De Bruyne comes over to take. 17 minutes into the game. City having their 3rd corner. 1-0 down here to Brentford. De Bruyne then. Can he put one on the money? Plays a short pass instead. Here's De Bruyne. He goes to the byline, and a save comes in from Flecken. And out for... another corner for Manchester City. He looked offside there, De Bruyne, and he was offside, yeah. Let's have a look. He was miles offside, Kevin De Bruyne. Brentford's defence read that. So all stepped forward to ensure that De Bruyne was a good 2 or 3 yards off. Brentford then still looking to try and play it out from the back. Aja plays it forward, and Brentford looking for another potential attacking opportunity. Ederson intercepts and he'll whack that clear. Loose second ball, falls to Brentford. That's weak from City, really weak. Aja just works it backwards here. Brentford very organised. Thomas Frank's a very good manager. He's got Brentford very well organised. They look more motivated. I just wonder if maybe Ivan Toney was a little bit of a disruption for them when he came back from his gambling ban. That towards the second half of last season, they didn't look anywhere near as good. They looked like they didn't know how to play football, and they were just dogging for everything to just see if they can scramble enough points to ensure that they didn't get relegated, and in the end they managed to do so. but looked like they were declining. And then with Ivan Toney leaving in the summer, everyone was thinking, well, how are they going to invest that money? Who they're going to bring in? And Thomas Frank here has gone playing some good stuff, playing well. Very different to how they were playing against us at the Etihad last season when they was very defensive. They've had a real good pop at City. They've played some good stuff. There's some lovely 1-2s. There's no fear of Man City. They're going toe for toe as Savinho gives it to De Bruyne and Erling Haaland. There's the goal for Manchester City. And it's Erling Haaland back in amongst the goals. Finds the equaliser on his weaker right foot. 1-1. And first 10 minutes for Brentford, they've come away with the goal. Next 10 minutes dominated by City, and we've managed to come through with the goal. Needed goal as well. Onside. Good finish on his right foot. 1-1. Another assist for... it takes a deflection. Will that count as an assist for De Bruyne? I think does this take a deflection for Erling Haaland as well? Maybe. Too much on it, though, for Flecken. Into the corner of the net. Clinical from Erling Haaland. 1-1 here. Here's Brentford now coming forward. City have got to be careful. There's a man over in acres and acres of space. And Ederson scrambles that one. Wow. Andrew, yeah, I agree. Still playing poor. That's a beautiful ball. Jack Grealish. Can he get his ball across? No, he can't. So, Grealish, he should be fresh. Not played in the European Championships in the summer. Managed to get himself back in the England reckoning under Lee Carsley. Didn't look too shabby for England. He's got to take the confidence now. Start of the season. I mean, Ilkay Gundogan, Kyle Walker didn't play during the international break. Ilkay Gundogan's announced his retirement from international duty. So he's nice and fresh. Kyle Walker wasn't called up by Lee Carsley. He'll be nice and fresh. It takes a big deflection for Erling Haaland to take it past Flecken. Looked like it was a shot on target, so that should go down as an Erling Haaland goal. Once more back in amongst the goals for Manchester City, and Erling Haaland very much just starting as he means to go on. City do well there just to mop up that potential Brentford counter-attack. Work back to Ederson. 22 minutes in here, so if you are enjoying the content, guys, do subscribe. Do leave a thumbs up. We're now 46 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. So, City then, attacking on the left-hand side. Akanji finds Rico Lewis. Here is Ederson. As Patrick Roberts, former City man, has just given Sunderland the lead against Plymouth in their longest away day in the Football League. A round trip of 800 miles for the Sunderland fans who have sold out that away end of 1,800 today at Home Park. So kudos to all them that have travelled down. I respect it. Sunderland got their reward and are ahead. Here's Ederson, sends this long for City, looking for the run of Savinho, and Brentford can scramble that and will keep that in. Stops that going out for a corner, and Flecken plays a dodgy pass which City pressed, and nearly Kevin De Bruyne slid in and had a tap in. As Fulham have taken the lead at home against West Ham, Jimenez has given them the lead. Restless, I agree. Haaland looking very good for City today. And that's much better from City. They scramble that back from Brentford. I think for the first time, it's taken 23 minutes. I feel like City have really got a good control on this game now. Is it just taken them to go behind, to get hungry, to be motivated once more? Happened against Ipswich. It's almost like when the Ipswich went ahead, it was the worst thing they could have done because they'd poked the beast, had angered City. And I'm starting to get that sense now that Brentford's really annoyed City, that City want to go out there and prove a point once more. It's been a good battle, this. Good 24 minutes. A good game of football. Everyone keeps saying Man City are a boring team to watch and teams playing against us don't know how to play, so they just park the bus. Well, this has been a real good first 24 minutes of football. Really good first 24 minutes. Savinho trying to find a pass in to Ilkay Gundogan. He can't. And he does ever so well there to get the ball back. Lovely work by the Brazilian. Andy back in my favourite place, Kirkby Moorside. Very nice. Enjoy yourself. I'm very good, thank you. How are you? And how's Alison as well? Do hope she's well. Here's Savinho. Cuts inside. Ah, lovely feet from Savinho. Sells the dummy well. Finds the pass. Akanji to Grealish. Back to Akanji. Might he have a shot here? He doesn't. Thinks better of it. Stones. Not the best of passes from Stones. In the end, mops it up, and then another poor pass from Stones means Brentford gets a throw-in. I think I agree there, Marius. Thanks for tuning in. Stones looking really rusty. He's not had many minutes of City because he's been on international duty with England during the summer. Means that he's not had pre-season, and City's team that have been in pre-season have settled really well and helped us to pick up 3 wins from 3. So because of that, he struggled to get into the squad. "26 minutes in then, 1-1. Restless he is. Kevin De Bruyne is having a very good season. I've been saying this now for a little while. It's like fine wine as De Bruyne has a shot and it's just wide. Yeah, De Bruyne is looking very sharp. It's almost like it feels like he's got something to prove this season. I think for the first time in the 8 years that he's been at City, I think people have actually put some question marks on De Bruyne in saying, is he declining? Is he as good as what he used to be? Should Man City be looking for long-term alternatives? Because Kevin De Bruyne has passed it, is what some people have been saying. And I think De Bruyne is just wanting to showcase that actually he's still an extremely good player who can more than compete at the top end of elite football. Plus, he's on the last year of his contract, so I feel like he's maybe playing for wanting to get a new contract at City. As Brentford come forward here, so a bit of defending for City to do. Akanji does well. He wants a goal kick. Referee says no. It'll be a corner for Brentford instead. Yeah, I feel like that's De Bruyne's point that he's trying to prove, that he's not in the final season of elite football, that he's still got plenty to offer, and he wants an extension, whether that be 12 months, 24 months, maybe even a new 3-year contract that might see him to the end of his career. He's had a big money offer coming from Saudi Arabia that he's turned down. I think De Bruyne would probably like to stay at City, so we'll see if a new contract does get sorted, but he carries on playing like he is. I think I'd definitely be offering him a couple of years as a corner comes in from Brentford, and Ederson nearly flaps at that. In the end, City can get it clear, only as far as the edge of their own penalty area, though, and Brentford will mop that up. Just being worked to the right-hand side now. It's kept many of the players forward, so they'll want to put something into the box here. City have done a really good job in just forcing Brentford to go back. Janelt now. He's got nowhere to go. Really good work that from Manchester City. I think it was Ilkay Gundogan doing the pressing there. Oh, that's good work though. Good pass to the right wing and mopped up really well by Akanji once more. He wants the throw in. Referee says no. Throw in for Brentford instead as we're through 28 minutes here at the Etihad. City 1, Brentford 1. Goals coming for Wissa after 24 seconds for Brentford before an equaliser on 19 minutes from Erling Haaland. So a throw in here for Brentford. City want a foul throw. Linesman says no. Cross comes in. It's deep. Header won. And Ederson gets his hand onto that. Tips it over the top of the crossbar. And out for a corner. Pinnock it was with the header. Ederson not happy about something. Kovacic not happy about something. Maybe it was the throw-in. Or does he feel like he doesn't get a touch on it? Maybe. I think it comes off the underside of the crossbar. I think Ederson's unhappy because he's not touched it. From where that camera angle was that we're watching the game naturally, it looked like Ederson made the save, so I can forgive the referee for giving a corner there. From the camera angle behind, he clearly doesn't touch it. Corner comes in from Brentford, headed clear by City. Ajer plays it out to the right wing, forced back really well from City all the way back to Fleck, and he has to take a touch. He's going to send it long. City backpedaling. Takes 2 bounces. Damsgaard's got it under control. He manages to find his pass. Brentford, once again, just starting to grow in confidence again. Could go either way this game, to be honest. City looked like they were having control. And Brentford have done really well in just trying to change the momentum of the game. And as it is, still work for City to do in the final 15 minutes of this first half. It's been not City's best performance, but I do think it's been a good game of football. Been a very interesting game. Juliet, keeping me up to date. Still no goals at Anfield. Nottingham Forest holding firm at the Mo. Wrestler says, yeah, very good game so far. It's been a very good game of football. Atmosphere seems a bit flat. Don't know whether that's just the microphone's not picking up the atmosphere very well. But for a Saturday 3 o'clock game at the Etihad, I'd expect the atmosphere would be pretty good. Everyone just seems a bit maybe frustrated, agitated, or maybe just enjoying the game of football that is disrupting the atmosphere a little bit. We do have game changers on the bench. It's a very good bench from City. I imagine with a bit of rotation being put in place from City that they'll be thinking about that match against Inter on Wednesday night. Stones back to Eddie. So good ball played forward, and Haaland shrugs off the defender. Haaland's in! Haaland! Oh! There's only one result when Erling Haaland is one-on-one with a keeper, and he's bagged himself a brace. The one-man show for Manchester City. And Erling Haaland gives Manchester City the lead here at the Etihad Stadium. It's a lovely show of strength from Erling Haaland and a calm, composed finish into the back of the net. And Manchester City lead here now at the Etihad against Brentford. Perfectly onside. A long ball comes forward. Brushes the defender off like he's not even there. I think it was even Pinnock that he's just brushed off. An assist for Ederson. He knows what he's doing there. Haaland just shows his strength, protects his body, lobs the keeper. Inform Erling Haaland with the goal for City, and Manchester City now ahead. Andy, you are the good luck charm. Lovely finish from Haaland. No one else is scoring this season. It's just all Erling Haaland. Nadir said he's triple... I've thought about triple captaining Haaland. I've put him as my captain. He's been my captain for the last 3 Premier League match days. I just thought Brentford would be stubborn, so I weren't too sure if there'd be many goals in this game. So I opted against triple captaining him. Nadir will be rubbing his hands hoping that Haaland can grab another and make it back-to-back-to-back hat-tricks for Manchester City. Oh, it's lovely stuff from City. Here is Haaland. Oh, he finds the pass. Can City finish it here? Oh, lovely defending. Jack Grealish plays the pass. Could he have had the shot? It's the question. I agree with Restless there. He should have shot. He has the angle. He's right-footed, not left. But he should have a shot there, I think, Jack Grealish. He looks for the pass, for the tap-in. Marius, I asked the question before and no one's told me that he has, so I don't think anyone's ever done back-to-back hat-tricks in the Premier League. I'm not aware that it has happened, but if it is to happen, you feel like it is going to be Erling Haaland as corner comes in. That's a good block, really good block from Brentford. He's hurt. He's really hurt. Oh, in the groin. A laugh, but it's painful. Rather him than me. Right in the crown jewels, Restless says. Ouch. Geffin, thanks for tuning in. I went for Doku in my preview and my team prediction. Oh, get a replay of that in slow motion. Ugh. Ouch. Referee's laughing about it. Everyone's laughing about it when it's not them. It's painful, that. Makes you cringe. Ugh. Oh, he's laughing now. Syed, thanks for tuning in. Reckons 3-1 today for City. I'll be more than happy with a 3-1 win. We're at a point where I'm just happy with a win, if I'm being honest. Right, into the final 10 minutes of the first half. City leading here by 2-1. Don't forget, do leave a thumbs up. We're now 41 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. It is free. Links and details there in the description. You can use the QR code on screen or you can use the link in the live chat. Here is Manchester City then coming forward through Johnny Stones. Works it well to the left-hand side and a little bit of space here for Manuel Akanji. He's got Josko Gvardiol and Jack Grealish further ahead of him. He uses Jack Grealish here. He has to centralise himself. Stones back to Akanji. I don't feel like Rico Lewis has been looked as effective on that left-hand side as what he has on the right so far in this first half. Here's De Bruyne. Plays a pass. Not the best of passes, and Brentford nearly intercept. City mop that up, though, and here is Rico Lewis now on the left-hand side. Gives the ball to Akanji. Akanji's seeing a lot of the ball for City. Works it to the right. It's a good touch, that from Savinho. Plays the pass in. Here's De Bruyne. Another good pass. Savinho finds Gundogan. Back to Savinho. He might have a shot here. He does. It's deflected. And Flecken manages to gather that one up. Savinho not scared to shoot there. Looking effective as always, Savinho. Every time I've seen him in a City shirt so far this season, I've been impressed with what I've seen. Not scared to take his man on. Not scared to have a pop. Not scared to vary it up. Have shots, play passes, put crosses into the box. Switch onto his right, onto his left. Dynamic is the word I would use. Here's City then, continuing to try to come forward. Flecken sends it out to the right. Brentford can't find the pass and City are going to gather that one up again inside Brentford's half. Can Brentford manage to get a little bit more control in this game and create the opportunity? They dominated that first 10 minutes. Unlucky not to find that second goal. They've not got that second goal. Because they've not got that second goal, and City have found a route back into the game, they're going to find it difficult now. And they'll be looking back on them first 10 minutes and thinking, if only we'd scored that second goal that they should have done. City were lucky, in my opinion, lucky that second goal didn't come for Brentford. And they've done really well in responding from that after a pretty dodgy first 10 minutes. And speaking of dodgy, my stream keeps not wanting to work, so it's just gone a little bit laggy. It's working now, so if you see me start messing around with things in front of me, don't clip that or take that out of context, by the way. Then it's just me sorting out the stream. 7 minutes remaining here of the first half. Restless. Haaland he's on 71 Premier League goals, isn't he, as well? 99 goals for City. What a player. You feel like maybe 100's coming today. Here is Savinho trying to find his pass to Erling Haaland, intercepted by Brentford. And for the first time in a little while, Brentford have managed to exchange a few passes now to try and come forward. Problem is, they keep going back to Flecken, looking for space, and I don't think City's pressing game's allowing them much space or time on the ball. But they've shown in them first 10 minutes that they've got the quality to hurt City. So City need to be careful, and they want a free kick there. I think it was Lewis Potter. Sorry, it was Nathan Collins. Referee says no, throw in City instead. City wanted to take it quick. Referee says you're not taking it quick, and he can pull it back instead. So a throw in here for Kyle Walker to take midway inside the Manchester City half. That's good work from City. Really good work. And Rico Lewis can come away with the ball on the left. Plays his pass to Grealish. He's got two around him. He does well. He finds his pass. Here's Manuel Akanji now. Kovacic does work back to the left. Plenty of movement for City. John Stones finds Savinho. He's got the support of Gundogan. Goes to the byline. Goes with his right foot and gets a corner for Manchester City. Savinho wants to take this corner. De Bruyne normally on set-piece duty, but he's currently right next to the penalty area, so I think it's going to be Savinho that's going to take this. So is he just going to put a ball in, or is City going to try and work something straight off the training pitch? Savinho to take the corner then. Left foot whipped in. And it fell nicely there for Jack Grealish, and he hits it on the volley. A good block by Brentford, and a foul comes in there from Savinho, and that'll be a free kick on Wissa. Brentford choose to take it quick. They're chasing the game now, so that's an important factor. It's not 1-0 or 1-1. Brentford have got to attack. They've got to come forward. They've got to try and score a goal. They'll be patient, but there's got to be intent. Not the best of touches, and that'll be a throw-in for City. A cheap throw-in given away there by Brentford. Can Manchester City muster up maybe one more opportunity before half-time? Don't forget, please do leave a thumbs up. Now, 36 likes away from 100 likes. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. So a throw-in coming in here for City. And there's too much on it, and they give the ball away from a good position, from Brentford giving the ball away, and City having a throw-in midway inside Brentford's half. Throw-in comes in, instantly give the ball away. Just not great. Poor. Kovacic has to make a sliding challenge. Referee didn't like the sliding challenge. Goes through the back of Wissa, and that will be a free kick for Brentford, and Kovacic goes into the book as well. As Mixed will be happy, Preston have found an equaliser against Middlesbrough. Madge Frockie with the goal, cancelling out that Conway goal. So 3 minutes to go, plus whatever's to be added on to half-time. We've had injury to the groin. Got another injury here to Wissa. It's had 3 goals, so I imagine it's probably going to be 3 or 4 minutes added on here, to be honest. Wissa still receiving treatment. So it's getting a replay of the goals. It's a weak goal for City to have conceded. A couple of well-taken Haaland goals, though. Wissa still receiving some treatment. He's hurt. Oh, Dad won't be very happy. Huddersfield have taken the lead against Bolton, his team. I think there's some concern here for Wissa. He's still receiving treatment. He's been down now for well over a minute. A substitution's been prepared, so Wissa's game is done here. There was a challenge from behind from Kovacic. He goes right through the back of Wissa. I wonder if he's maybe done... I mean, he's holding his foot, he's holding his shin. I don't know if it's an injury to his calf, his ankle. Let's have a look. We get another replay of the challenge. I think he just clips right at the back of his heel. Either that or he twists the back of his ankle or heel on the impact of the injury. I'm not too sure if it's the initial contact or the fall. But first change of the game is going to come in. So Wissa, his game is done. I said we'll have 3 or 4 minutes added on. I reckon we've not had any play since the 41st minute. So you're probably looking at 6 or 7 minutes being added on here. Wissa's still down. He's sat up, but he's still down. Applause in the stadium now, so I presume Wissa's back up on his feet. And he's going to come off for Brentford. Hopefully that's not a serious injury. We're back sooner rather than later. He's walking very gingerly on his right. I can't work out if it's his left or his right that he's injured there. He's limping a little bit. I think it might be his right. He seems to be putting all his weight onto his left-hand side. So if that's the case, I think it's the impact of the challenge on the back of his heel. So Shade comes on for Brentford in place of Wissa. So one danger of Brentford dealt with. It's not how I wanted it to be dealt with, though, and a speedy recovery there to Wissa, as I said. Hopefully not out for too long. Nasty challenge, that. Kovacic rightly goes into the book. Ball comes in from Brentford. They're going to win the second ball there, and it goes right across the City penalty area. City haven't got this clear. They haven't got this clear. It's out to the left side now. And a shot comes in, and Ederson makes the save. As we're into the first 5 minutes that's been added on. Surprised it's just 5. I thought it might have been 7 or 8, if I'm honest. A good, comfortable save for Ederson. Gets a good fist onto it to get it away from the City goal. So throw in here for Brentford. It looks like they're going to launch this into the City penalty area. So some defending to do from this long throw. Looking for the near post. Header won by City. Savinho can get the ball further clear. Brentford mop that up and City will get themselves a throw in midway inside their own half. So a little bit of danger dealt with there. Well by Manchester City. So, don't forget, please do leave a thumbs up. We're now 34 likes away from 100 likes. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the live chat. Restless City do have 7 games to play. Our next 4 games are at home. So this game, Inter Milan, Arsenal and Watford all at home. Pep Guardiola had confirmed in his press conference that City were offered the opportunity to play Thursday night against Watford, but it'd have to be moved to Watford's ground rather than City's, because City were at home. Because Manchester United play on the Wednesday. In the end, Man City have said they want the home advantage, and the only time it could be scrambled in due to advice from Greater Manchester Police was the Tuesday. The Arsenal game can't be moved, so that remains on the Sunday. So we play Sunday then Tuesday. So two games in just over 48 hours. So City will have to do a full rotation for that match against Watford. Obviously, 7 players on the bench. I'd start all them 7 players in the game, and I'd probably make up the rest of the squad with young players and see if we've got enough quality to make it through to the 4th round against Watford. Championship outfit, 7 first-team players there. Full rest for the starting 11 for the team that started against Arsenal, and that'd be the team I'd go with for the game after. I think it's Newcastle away. So, Leicester, 1-up away at Palace. Pretty good result for Leicester so far. Nottingham Forest are doing well. Managed to take Liverpool in at Anfield level. That's 0-0. As we're through 4 of the 5 minutes, and this is poor play from City. John Stones has had a really poor first half for City. He looks rusty. I don't think I'd bring him back out for the second half. I'd put Ruben Dias in. He's looked really rusty, I think, for City. Really rusty. So Ederson's going to take this free kick for City. 30 seconds left of this first half. Ederson's just going to send this long. Get that ball as far away from the City goal as possible. And get in half-time with a lead. Maybe I could suggest that City are lucky to be going in at half-time ahead. But Brentford weren't clinical in them opening 10 minutes when they should have scored a couple of goals. They came out with 1, did well with that, but should have had more. Oh, that's lovely work from City. This is Savinho. Gets the overlap from Walker. He doesn't use him. Uses Kovacic instead. There's a bit of time wasted by City, so we're into added time on added time here. At the referee's discretion. I reckon there's a few seconds left, so enough time for City to maybe get a ball into the box. Here's Rico Lewis inside the penalty area. He's back to goal. Cross does come in now. Savinho picks it up at the back post. Cross comes in, looking for Haaland. Brentford can get that under control, can get it clear, and that is half-time here at the Etihad. And thanks to Erling Haaland bagging a brace, Manchester City lead here at half-time. So get your half-time thoughts in the chat, guys. What have you made of that first half? What are your thoughts? If you're to make any changes, what changes would you make? I think John Stones has looked rusty. I think I wouldn't be taking the risk. I think I'd definitely be getting Ruben Dias in for the second half if it was up to me. So, using today's video sponsor, JP, welcome, thank you for tuning in. So, using today's video sponsor, SofaScore, going to go through the half-time statistics, see what they're suggesting. So, Manchester City have had less possession than Brentford. That shows how well Brentford have done in this game. 48% possession for City, 52% for Brentford. They've knocked the ball around well. They've created opportunities in them first 10 minutes, and if Brentford can get another spell like they had in that first half, then Manchester City could still have some danger. Expected goal rate for Brentford, it's higher than City's at 0.84, City at 0.71. Both sides with 7 shots, but it's City that have forced the saves from the keeper. It's City that have had them shots on target. 3 shots on target for Manchester City. So Manchester City being more clinical thanks to Erling Haaland has been the difference between the two sides. Brentford have had shots on target. They've created opportunities with 7 shots, 5 of them on target. However, they haven't been clinical enough, and City have had players in the right place at the right time. That Ederson's made a good save a couple of times, that we've had players in the way making really good blocks. And Manchester City, I think in them first 10 minutes, as we said at the time, the City were on the ropes. They were struggling in the game to grow into the game. Now, from minutes 10 through to 19, and us finding that opening goal for ourselves has allowed Manchester City a bit of leeway into the game. And Brentford just started to get back on top through the 20th to 25th minute. But Manchester City persevered with it from there. A long ball forward from Ederson. Haaland shows really good strength, a really clinical finish into the back of the net is the difference here. And with Wissa going off injured, takes away another threat for Brentford. So work for Brentford to do in the second half. But City, been a bit lacklustre. They've put their opportunities away well. Erling Haaland, very much a standout player for Manchester City. But everywhere else just looks a little disjointed. It looks unbalanced, as we've already suggested. JPH says, big fan of Johnny Stones, but he's having a bit of a stinker in this game. He looks rusty. He looks like the odd player out. And to me, I don't think you can take chances here. I think I put Ruben Dias on in the second half to try and shore up that defence, because having Nathan Ake injured isn't giving us them defensive options. And what we don't want to do is allow Brentford something to defend in the second half. We need to keep building, keep going, keep attacking, and try and kill this game off. If we can do that early in the second half, then great. I'm sure the City analysis will be all over that. But I think I will say to you guys, I am very happy that Manchester City are ahead here at half-time, because that has been hard work. It's been a real good game of football, I think, and we've got plenty of work still to do in the second half, and these 3 points far from guaranteed. Now, just going through around the grounds with the other scores, I'm just going to do games in the Football League and in Scotland, and I'll do the National League as well, because I've got some half-time entertainment for you guys to enjoy as well. So from the Premier League, full-time score from the match earlier on today: Southampton 0, Manchester United 3, and needed 3 points there for Manchester United. Half-time scores elsewhere in the Premier League: Brighton 0, Ipswich 0, Crystal Palace 0, Leicester City 1, Fulham 1, West Ham 0, Liverpool 0, Nottingham Forest 0, and Manchester City 2, Brentford 1. Evening kickoff at 5:30pm BST, you got Aston Villa taking on Everton, and tonight at 8pm BST, you got AFC Bournemouth taking on Chelsea. Now you got 3 full-time scores in the Championship: Leeds United 0, Burnley 1, Millwall 0, Luton Town 1, and Oxford United 1, Stoke City 0. Half-time scores in the rest of the Championship: Blackburn Rovers 1, Bristol City 0, Derby County 1, Cardiff City 0, Middlesbrough 1, Preston North End 1, Plymouth 0, Sunderland 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Queen's Park Rangers 0, Swansea City 1, Norwich City 0, and Watford 0, Coventry City 1. A couple of full-time scores in League 1 as well: Mansfield 2, Cambridge United 1, and Northampton Town 1, Wycombe Wanderers 2. Rest of the scores half-time: Blackpool 1, Exeter City 0, Bolton Wanderers 0, Huddersfield Town 1, Bristol Rovers 0, Wigan Athletic 2, Crawley Town 0, Stockport County 1, Peterborough United 0, Lincoln City 1, Reading 0, Leyton Orient 1, Rotherham United 1, Burton Albion 1, Shrewsbury Town 0, Charlton Athletic 0, and Stevenage 0, Barnsley 0. Couple of full-time scores in League 2 as well. Great win for AFC Wimbledon against their arch nemesis, the Milton Keynes Dons, finishing AFC Wimbledon 3, MK Dons 0. Also, big win for Swindon as well. 4-0 winners against Newport County at home today in League 2. Rest of the scores at half-time: Aki Stanley 0, Crewe Alexandra 0, Bromley 2, Notts County 1, Carlisle United 1, Fleetwood 2. Fleetwood Town, that is. Gillingham 0, Tranmere Rovers 0, Grimsby Town 1, Barrow 2, Morecambe 1, Colchester United 1, Port Vale 1, Chesterfield 0, Salford City 0, Cheltenham Town 0, and Walsall 1, Bradford City 1. Into the National League as well. It is, as I find it, all half-time scores: Barnet 2, Braintree Town 1, Boston United 0, Aldershot Town 1, Ebbsfleet United 1, Hartlepool 0, Halifax Town 2, Eastleigh 0, Forest Green Rovers 2, Wealdstone 1, Rochdale 0, Solihull Moors 1, Southend 1, Sutton United 1, Tamworth 1, Maidenhead United 0, Woking 0, Oldham Athletic 1, Yeovil 0, Altrincham 0, and York City 0, AFC Fylde 0. You've got Dagenham and Redbridge taking on Gateshead at 5:30pm BST. And finally, just quickly going through the half-time scores north of the border in Scotland. Scottish Premier League, Aberdeen 1, Motherwell 0, Celtic 0, Hearts of Midlothian 0, Hibernian 1, St Johnstone 0, Ross County 2, Dundee 0, and St Mirren 2, Kilmarnock 1. Scottish Championship, all half-time, Edronians 0, Falkirk 0, Ayr United 1, Partick Thistle 0, Livingston 0, Hamilton Academical 0, Queen's Park 1, Morton 0, Scottish League 1 all half-time as well, Alloa Athletic 0, Inverness Caledonian Thistle 1, Annan Athletic 0, Dumbarton 1, Kelty Arts 0, Cove Rangers 1, Montrose 2, Stenhousemuir 0, and Queen of the South 1, Arbroath 1. That's closing in on half-time in that game. And finally in Scottish League 2 all half-time, Clyde 0, Edinburgh City 0, Elgin City 0, Bonnyrigg Rose 0, Peterhead 1, Stirling Albion 0, Stranraer 1, East 5 0, and the Spartans 0, Forfar Athletic 0. There we go. They're all your half-time scores to keep you guys up to date. Big second half coming up for Manchester City, but it's Wissa that gave Brentford the lead after 24 seconds, and a brace from Erling Haaland means Manchester City lead here by 2-1. This game could swing any which way, so plenty to look forward to going into the second half. We'll see what changes are made, and I will see you guys for the second half. In the meantime, I've got some half-time entertainment for you guys to enjoy. It is brought to you by my partner channel, Mixed. You can find his link in the description. If you want to go and check him out, go and like and subscribe over there. That would be much appreciated. This is part of his 50 States of Cocktails series, another cocktail coming from the United States of America, and it is the Roosevelt cocktail. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and I'll see you guys in 5 minutes.
What's going on, guys? Mixed here, back again for another American cocktail, and this time it takes us to the state of South Dakota. This is state number 10 in our series. So with South Dakota, think of Mount Rushmore. So that is the clue for today's cocktail. Think of Mount Rushmore, a former president. That is the name of this cocktail. Can you guess what it is? So if you've guessed Roosevelt, you will be correct. So this is the Roosevelt cocktail, and I will show you guys how to make this drink. So this is to celebrate South Dakota. So let's get straight into it. So to make the Roosevelt, guys, so what you want to do is get your tin shaker and put in 45 ice cubes. So now it's time to build this cocktail. Let's get straight into it. So the first ingredient into the tin, my friends, is 52.5 or 1 3/4 of the dark rum. It is Time of the Kraken, and I really do like this dark rum. It's one of my favourites to use for a dark rum. So next into the tin shaker is 15ml or half an ounce of a dry vermouth. So I've gone with the Bianco vermouth. I was going to say it's dry. It's not extra dry like sometimes it gets. I was going to say I want a bit of a dry one because I don't want it to be too dry. Next is 7.5 ml or 1/4 of an ounce of freshly squeezed orange juice. Last is 1/4 teaspoon of sugar. So put your lid on and give it a nice good shake, 8 to 10 seconds, get nice and chilled. So get your martini glass or a little coupe glass and strain into it. Beautiful. So the final thing to do now is to garnish it with an orange twist. And as simple as that, that is the Roosevelt for South Dakota, number 10 in our state cocktail challenge. What should we do next in the US states? Let me know in the comments below. There we go, my friends. One Roosevelt. How does it taste? It's a quirky one. It's one thing I will say with the vermouth. It's silly interesting with the dark rum. got plenty of flavour to it, it's one thing I will say. But if you like your vermouth or you like your aperitif, this one is for you. Because it's nice, and you certainly know when you had it. Because it's a nice winter drink. One thing I would say for this, it's a nice warm sipper. That is how I would describe this. I think it's a solid 6 out of 10. It's not my personal favourite, but that's just for me. Because I have my own personal preference for cocktails. This is not it. But 6 out of 10, I can appreciate it. It's a nice bitter one, quite strong as well. And but it's one of those, you gotta appreciate it. Because it's one of those that you can sip, just enjoy it, especially during the long, dark winter nights that are coming up. That is how I would describe this drink. A nice winter cocktail. So that, my friends, is the Roosevelt's. Because that is the adopted one for South Dakota. I think it's very fitting, especially with Mount Rushmore, for Teddy Roosevelt. That is who it's named after. But what do you guys think of this cocktail? Do let me know in the comments below. But if you are new around here, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to Mixed for more American cocktails like this. And for my next journey in the US states, just let me know in the comments below which state do you want me to do next. As that is number 10 in our state cocktail challenge. And I will see you guys for state number 11. But where will I go next? But happy bank holiday, especially in the UK, is good to say. But a happy bank holiday to everyone out there, and have a nice weekend to everyone else. Cheers.
JSGC caught lacking. I was enjoying my break. So, yeah, there we go. Right, I'll just get my stream locked and loaded again, and we will see what is happening. Nadir informs me that Josko Gvardiol and Rodri coming on for City. Says maybe City just looking for more control, as we do have kick-off here for the second half. So I will just catch that timer up. I said before to you guys I was feeling a little rusty today. It's not a surprise. Alright, so on 53. Wait for it to get there. There we go. Right, caught up. Done. Yeah, Man City have made a couple of changes. Just seen that Josko Gvardiol's come on along with Rodri. As City are just attacking down the left-hand side. Jack Grealish works the ball to Akanji. as York City have taken the lead against AFC Fylde. So Leicester have gone 2-0 up, and then Crystal Palace have managed to find a goal. A very entertaining start there to the second half. Bless me. A very entertaining start there to the match at Selhurst Park. So, City's changes. You've got Josko Gvardiol coming on for Rico Lewis and Rodri coming on for Kovacic, as Savinho's now gone into the book for Manchester City. So 2 yellow cards for City. Thanks, Stones. Much appreciated. Do hope you're well, my friend. Plymouth have found an equaliser against Sunderland in that longest journey for Sunderland in the EFL. That's on both teams to score. Got on my both teams to score bet today, actually, so that's come in. So, like for like, pretty much for City, isn't it? Them 2 changes. Here's Gundogan trying to find Haaland. In the end, Brentford can mop that up. And they'll work the ball back to Flecken. And City will just work it back. So we're now 27 likes, guys, away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. Here is Josko Gvardiol then for City. Blackburn Rovers 2-0 up against Bristol City. Having a good start to the season, Blackburn. City continuing to knock and come forward. Here's Akanji, gives the ball to Grealish. Here's Josko Gvardiol now. Tries to put a ball across and gets a corner for Manchester City. Could really do with that killer 2-goal cushion. That third goal just assure City. City got firm control in the first 4 minutes of this game. So they could do with just making it count and just taking the game fully away from Brentford and shoring themselves up. So KDB then to take the corner for Manchester City. Work to the edge of the penalty area. Seems to have just stretched away from Savinho for him to have a shot, so he has to work it to the right side. City now going from right to left. Ball comes in, collected by Flecken. Commentary seems to be struggling on my stream. All I can hear is... Makes it very difficult to concentrate. I like the 3 PM blackouts. Makes life very entertaining. Brentford just working it back. Put the foot through it. Get it clear. Still keeping an eye on what's happening in the match at Anfield. Still 0-0 between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest. Here's Brentford trying to come forward. Lovely, lovely defending from Josko Gvardiol. Just wraps that up for City. Tracks back. Wins the interception. As Ederson gives the ball away. Very high up here. And Brentford nearly create themselves an opportunity. It's not fully clear this by City. So they're coming again. Work to the right-hand side for Brentford. Got 4 forward. Not really going anywhere. Good defending from City. Yeah, I seem to have lost the commentary, so it's pointless me having the earphone in if I'm not listening to anything. And now my stream wants to stop working. I'll refresh it. And there we go, back in business. Here's Brentford now coming forward, having the best spell of the second half. And not quite linking up there, and that goes out of play for a throw-in. Stone says, do I think there's a fracture in our defence caused by the formation, or is it just the pre-season performance? I think you've got players who haven't had any pre-season, so I think there's rustiness at the back for City. And I think it's going to take longer than I think people expect it to take, because Kyle Walker and John Stones and Rodri, three very important defensive players for City, haven't had any pre-season. Like, they've not played any games. All they've had is training sessions. So, being able to prepare yourself for games without having that necessary break on pre-season and allowing you to try different formations and different build-ups and different ideas and tactics, and also not having the playing time, and you're just relying on your training sessions for competitive games where the recovery time's not as high, and you're playing every 3 to 4 days. It's going to take these players who haven't had any pre-season weeks and weeks to allow them to get up to pace. And it's just further complicated by the international break as far as I'm concerned. Because these players will start to catch up and get where they want to go and what they're doing. And then all of a sudden, you hit an international break. So it stops the momentum. So it's difficult. So I wouldn't expect, to be honest, until probably November time for these players that haven't done any pre-season to start to embed themselves properly. So I think these teething problems that you see in defence are probably going to be teething problems for most of the first half of the season. Now, thankfully, City end seasons very well. Business end of the Manchester City is a different ball game. And your Rodris and your Stones and your Walkers and your Fodens finding their feet and finding their form at the right time of the season is going to be massive big bonuses for City. So in the meantime, with our squad not being the biggest, City need their other players to really hit the ground running, the ones that have had pre-season. So there's a big season coming up here for the likes of Jack Grealish, for Rico Lewis, for Ilkay Gundogan, for example. He's not had pre-season at City, but he's had a lot of time to prepare with Barcelona, so he's up to scratch. It's lovely from City, this. To the byline, Grealish has to turn. Gives the ball to De Bruyne. City now dominating the ball and dominating this game. Just need that killer third goal. That's all they need. And in the end, Brentford can get a foot on it and get it clear. So I'd say a bit more urgency from City. Kind of coasted through the first 10 minutes of the second half. But that 10 minutes has allowed City to have full control, as Dad will be really unhappy. Bolton now 2-0 down at home to Huddersfield. And the ball comes in from Savinho straight into the midsection of Flecken. Marius reckons we need Doku on the pitch. I can't imagine it'll be too long before we see Doku come on for City, if I'm honest. I wonder if they might chuck Foden on instead. Just to give him some minutes. And Brentford can't find the pass, but takes a deflection off the boot of Akanji from Mbuemo, and that goes out for a throw into Brentford on halfway. Can they create an opportunity from this? So Brentford chucking everyone forward. They're going to launch this long. It's going to be Flecken that's going to launch this forward for Brentford. He just plays a pass forward and cut off by City, and Ederson will get that clear. I'm surprised Ederson didn't come out and collect that, to be honest. In the end, Brentford have got the ball back and in a good position here to maybe put something in the box. It's going to be sent long by Flecken. Header won by City. Can get a boot onto it to get it clear. And they do well here. And De Bruyne wanted Jack Grealish goes down. He wanted a free kick. Referee says no. And Brentford can come forward. So Brentford just started to get a bit of control again in this game. As we're now 24 likes, guys, away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Flecken then plays it forward under pressure from two City attackers, trying to put pressure onto Brentford. In the end, City can mop it up. Only to give the ball away again, and this time Brentford can find a bit of space on the left, and forward they come through Lewis Potter. He protects the ball very well. He's got an overlap to use if he wants to. He doesn't want to, and he's just continuing to cut around. In the end, plays the ball back. Approaching the hour mark here. City 2-1 ahead. We'll see if we've got commentary back. Here's Flecken. We do have commentary back. So here's Brentford now playing it forward, and they've got the run here to square it across, and it's not a good ball in by Lewis Potter. And Man City can survive, and that goes out for a goal kick to City. Not the best of balls from Lewis Potter. The right idea from Brentford, once again showcasing that they can play the ball out from the back. They can play it around Manchester City. They can create opportunities. And dare I suggest that when we play Inter on Wednesday, City are going to have to play a little bit better than what they have this afternoon. Inter do have the players that can hurt City. Ederson then sends it long for City. Towards Haaland. He gets his head onto it, and Brentford will get that clear, and City can have some possession. Brentford then still got hold of the ball, playing the ball forward through Flecken. Flecken must be one of the top players at Brentford that's touched the ball for them today. Been a lot of backwards passing from both sides. This game's second half really lacked any real creativity. There's not been anything standout. As I was suggesting before, this is Man City's way of coasting. 2-1 up. It's a dangerous game. Dangerous game. Urgency is what I think City should be looking for. We had a little 5-minute spell where we were looking to create, but other than that, it's not been a very entertaining start to this second half. But I imagine the City coaches and Pep will be very happy because they feel like City are, having the possession and control of the game and dictating what pace this game's being played at. Is City now playing a ball forward. And that'll go out for a throw into Manchester City. My stream's gone a bit laggy, so I'll just refresh it again. So throw in here for Manchester City, which Josko Gvardiol's going to take. It's gone laggy again. It's not the best of streams, this. I'm going to find another one. That one don't want to work. No, they're not working now, which is annoying. Right, guys, whilst I'm waiting for the stream to come back on, just keep me up to date with what's happening in the game, please. Pace the game that it was being played at. I imagine the answer to that is maybe not much is going on. Right, I think we're back in business. We are. I think the stream's a little bit behind now, which is frustrating. And it's just going very laggy, this, guys. Yes. Technical issues. Got to love it. Blackburn are 3-0 up. We'll see if it holds. Right, hopefully it'll hold. Andrew, yeah, I agree. Slow and scrappy. Feel like it suits Brentford. And again, it's just lagging this stream. This is incredibly frustrating. Right, I'll see if this holds. So throwing for City. Midway inside the Brentford half. Again, it's just lagging. It's just not working, this. I hate the blackout. Let's see if this works any better. Here's City coming forward. Still 0-0 Liverpool. Oh, Bolton now 3-0 down. Ouch. Again, it's just these streams aren't holding for me, guys. These are not holding for me. They don't want to work. Let me try another website. Advert after advert. It's ridiculous. Honestly, pay all this money for all the subscriptions and everything, and You can't even see everything that is being broadcast. It's so backwards. I feel like I'm getting nowhere. Right, let's see if this works. Sorry guys, this isn't very enjoyable for you guys. It's not very enjoyable for me when it's doing this either. Downside you have to streaming. Nothing wants to work. Oh. Bear with. No. 2024, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. No, I don't want to work. Right, see if my other stream sorted itself out. Right, I've got something. See if it holds. Now all that took 4 minutes. Right, so it's on 66 minutes. See what I mean? It's just getting slower, and I feel like I'm about 2 minutes behind real time now, guys. So please don't ruin it if something happens. I'm miles behind now. Miles behind. I know it stopped. It stopped working. I'm not enjoying this. I'll be honest, guys. I am not enjoying this. Man. I'm absolutely. It's just, that cheers me up. That just informed me Nottingham Forest have taken the lead against Liverpool. It's just not playing game. This with me, it's not playing game. Thank you, Andrew. Haaland's had a shot. Could have been a hat-trick. Wasn't a hat-trick. Right, we'll see if this one holds any better. Right, so it's on. What are we on? Right. We are there. Right, we'll see if this holds. Tell you what, if I don't do the commentary thing on it, then maybe that might work. So corner for Man City. Hudson-Odoi is the one that's giving Forest the lead. Oh. Fiery redhead JSGC lobbed his AirPod out of frustration on the stream. So I'll just pick it up and pop it back in its case. Right, corner then for City. They're faffing around from the corner. Have a shot. Shot comes in. It's deflected and over the top of the crossbar. And it's going to be a corner on the other side for City now. Ilkay Gundogan it was with the shot. So we're through the 20 minutes. Through to the last 20 minutes of the game. Deshaun, thanks for tuning in, reckons Grealish not having a good game. Reckons if he doesn't have a good season this season, he reckons he's going to go. So, corner here for City. We'll speak about Jackie G in a sec. Once I've seen this corner. Ball gets fired in. Good touch from Josko Gvardiol. Gets squared across and out for another corner. It looks like it's going to go out for a corner and does go out for a corner. There we go, corner for City. Yeah, it can be a very frustrating play. He had a great opportunity in the first half in space just to put his left foot through it. As a shot comes in from City and it's just over the top of the crossbar. And, you know, Kyle Walker gets his first start of the season, so he starts as he means to go on. He's got to have his rocket attempt at least once in the game. There is the rocket attempt from Kyle Walker. And, you know, it's not far away. A few inches below. That's on the underside of the crossbar, and that's going in. It's not a bad effort from Kyle Walker. Brentford going to make a couple of changes now. As you've got Janelle to Najir coming off, and you've got Carvalho and Ruslev coming on. So, guys, don't forget to leave a thumbs up now. 21 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here. And do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. So, 18 minutes remaining here at the Etihad. City are leading by 2-1, and ball gets given away from Brentford high up. It looked like it was a free kick in the build-up to Brentford. Referee says no. De Bruyne couldn't find the right pass. And in the end, City slow it down. And here's Jack Grealish then, just working the ball back to Akanji, looking for that bit of ball retention. You know, City win this game if they can keep Brentford out between now and the full-time whistle. And the philosophy will be, if City keep hold of the ball, Brentford don't have the ball, they can't create opportunities, which means they can't score, which means Man City win this game. We would like the assurance of a third goal, kill a 2-goal cushion, which will seal the deal for City. It'll be 3 goals and 3 points. So we'll see what City can do. Are Liverpool going to lose at Anfield to Forest? That would be a huge result for Forest, and it'll be one of the biggest shocks of the season. Here's Savinho then. Edge of penalty area. Plays a pass to Silky Ilkay. De Bruyne doesn't put a ball in the box. Savinho, fancy feet, edge of the penalty area. Has to play a pass. It was a bit too heavy, so it's forced City backwards. Do manage to keep hold of the ball, though. As Gundogan finds Akanji in a bit of space. Back to Gundogan. He decides not to have a shot. Just works it to De Bruyne out wide. That's a good combination. 1-2. He has a shot. Tackle comes in. And Brentford can play the ball back and they can scramble that one clear through Flecken. So Deshaun says Jack Grealish needs end product. Some fans get on Doku for end product, but he's got 18 goals and assists in 46 games to the 32 goals and assists for Grealish in the 130 games. It's statistics. I do always argue that statistics don't tell the whole story. I have said that Jack Grealish has everything in his game other than the statistics of goals and assists. Jack Grealish is a great player when City want some control in a football game. He's a very controlled midfield kind of winger. Some can argue a bit boring to watch. He isn't going to provide all the goals and assists that City are looking for. And Doku's much more dynamic. He wants to take his players on. He wants to put balls across. He wants assist and he wants to score goals. And if you're City and you're in an attacking position and dominating the ball as much as what City are, I'd have chucked Doku on here in the second half. If not him, to get some minutes, I'd have put Foden on to try and add a little bit more of an attacking threat out wide. Now, if this is a match against Arsenal, who possess all kinds of dangers here, there and everywhere, I'd rather start Grealish over Jeremy Doku, because Arsenal have got the players that can really hurt City, where they can dominate a game and pick City off. So you need that control against a team like Arsenal, even Inter Milan. Whereas, that's why I'm surprised Jack Grealish started today. I wouldn't have started him, but here we are. Anyway, City, they're in here. They can't find the shot. Savinho! Oh, it should have been killed off right there and then. That should have been 3 points for Manchester City. A lovely burst forward from City. Josko Gvardiol plays the pass across, and Savinho should have scored. Yeah, Deshaun, I agree. I'd start Grealish for that match against Arsenal. I'd have started Doku here on my preview. If you watch my preview, you'll see him from my team prediction. That's the team I'd have gone for. I went with Doku. And here's Brentford then, coming up the other end. Ball gets put in, headed clear by City. City get a foot on it. Not got control of the ball, though, Brentford do. So some defending for City to do. And 14 minutes remaining here. As we're into the 80 likes now. 20 likes to go to 100. Any help towards that would be great, guys. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. And Ederson's pass, a lovely disguise from Jack Grealish, finds Kevin De Bruyne. And on the edge of the penalty area, plays a pass to Grealish. He drives into the penalty area, back to De Bruyne. He's got Josko Gvardiol for support. And the City again just choose not to inflict damage onto Brentford. They choose just to turn and control the ball. Which I've got no problem with. As long as it doesn't come to bite us on the backside come full time. I do always, is Savinho. Oh, lovely from Savinho. Savinho! Just why? Desperately unlucky. He laughs. Can't believe his luck. Should have scored before. Desperately unlucky there. Gets a good clean connection on it. We're playing almost like it's January or February time where every season I'm always saying to you guys, are Man City capable of winning by a goal? Normally I'm looking for a clean sheet. I'm saying, can City 1-0 a game? But here I'm saying, can City win by 1 goal and dominate a game without needing to find a killer 2-goal cushion? Because sometimes you just need to lead by 1 to win the game. It's not always about scoring 3, 4, 5 goals all the time. However, do need some assurance. Another yellow card for Manchester City. Sir John Stones into the book for a cynical foul on Carvalho. Just pulled him back. Dad really won't be happy with that. 4-0 Huddersfield. Bolton are at home. Wow. Something's not right there. Ball comes forward from Brentford. It's a good touch. Bit of possession. Played well, Brentford. Had a good game. A really good game. So we're edging closer to the 80th minute and into the final 10 of this game. Marius wanting some subs. Subs not being made as of yet. As City do really well to scramble that. And Haaland, he takes too heavy of a touch. Not really seen too much of Haaland in this second half. He had a shot, I was informed before. He takes a good touch there and he could have been on for his hat-trick. As it is, Brentford continue just to send balls forward. Getting players forward and it will cause City problems this in the final 10. I'm telling you right now. This is a nervy 10 minutes, I think. A real nervy 10 minutes. Ball comes forward again from Brentford. Header won by City. And they can find a bit of possession as well. Really well worked. Now I want to see a bit of urgency. Here's Jack Grealish coming forward. Play a forward pass. Cuts inside. He's going to go sideways rather than backwards. I'll give him credit. I was expecting that to go back. Overlap comes in from City. Not used. Gundogan plays a pass. Like there was maybe too much on that. There's a lot of passing going round and Haaland has a shot on the post. Haaland has a shot again and it's a brilliant block. Haaland can't believe he's not got his hat-trick. I can't believe he's not got his hat-trick. What a block from Nathan Collins. Almost like he saved it. Fairly sure he kept his hands down. He saved it with his chest or some part of his torso. Incredible block from Nathan Collins. City now upping that urgency. They want that killer 2-goal cushion. They want that 3rd goal. Here's De Bruyne. Haaland! Oh, saved again from Flecken. City nearly again wrap it up. Haaland can't believe it. He wanted another hat-trick. Can't believe he's not got one. Clean connection. It's a good save. Nadir says it stinks of... I didn't want to be the one to say that. All these third goals should have come in, and it's not. Haaland hits the post. He forces a good save from Flecken. It's the most exciting part that we've had in the second half so far. Julia, you all right? Nottingham Forest do still lead against Liverpool. Nathan Collins gives away a free kick. He's had a good game, Nathan Collins. I think that Lewis Potter's had a good game for Brentford as well. Not seen too much of Mbuemo, which surprises me. I thought he'd be one of the dangers to look out for. Wissa's obviously gone off injured. He's the one that grabbed the goal. There's been threats there for Brentford. I don't think we've seen too much of it in this second half, but the objective would be for them to stay in the game, and they are in the game here. Yeah, Erling Haaland's dad is there. Alfie, former City man, in Haaland's box. Brentford get a foot onto it and out into the stands for a throw-in for City on just inside the Brentford half. City then preparing a couple of subs. Bernardo's one of them. And Ruben Dias is the other. So more experience for City. I think City are going to make that change now, actually. They are going to make that change now. So we'll see who's coming off. I think John Stones is one of them. Oh, my timer is working, Mixed. Sorry, I forgot to press play. Thanks for the heads up. There we go. We're in biz. Right, so Jack Grealish comes off and Bernardo Silva comes on. I wonder if that's going to be Bernardo going out wide or not, or whether they might push Josko Gvardiol further forward. And Johnny Stones' day is done. He comes off and Ruben Dias comes on. So, nervy last 6 minutes here. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up. We're now 19 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. City then fighting tooth and nail for everything that they can get hold of. Savinho. He's out on the left. So has Bernardo Silva gone to the right then, maybe? And that'll be a throw-in for Manchester City, right next to the Brentford corner flag. Marius, I think City aren't looking to... They'll look for that killer third goal. I think City are more looking towards controlling this game. As Exeter found a very late equaliser away at Blackpool. Morecambe have found an equaliser against Colchester. Exciting game, that. 3-3. Motherwell's just got a goal back against Aberdeen. It's 2-1. Peterhead are now ahead against Stirling Albion. 2-1. Brentford then send the ball forward. They've got control here. They've got a man over. There's 4 forward again. Salford have just taken the lead against Cheltenham at home. Clyde have found an equaliser against Edinburgh City from the spot. 5 minutes then remaining of this game, plus whatever's to be added on. Brentford got a chance here to put a ball into the box. They do. It's not the best of balls, and that's well defended from City. From Kyle Walker, just lets the ball collide onto his chest, and he'll chest that back to Ederson, who will take control of the ball and pick that up. Notts County picking up a good 3 points on the road, winning 4-2 against Bromley. So here is Ederson then. Brentford have not had a shot in this second half. That's a long ball forward for Ederson to Haaland in the penalty area, and he's tackled. Julie says just 1 minute added on. Wow. Are Liverpool falling out of favour in the Premier League? Just to add 1 minute on. Normally they'll make it nice and tense. Add 5-6 minutes on. See what can happen. Oh, Plymouth have found a third goal. A 3-2 up against Sunderland. It's a great game at Home Park. AFC Files have collapsed, going down to 10 men, 3-0 down against York City now. Rochdale pulled a goal back against Solihull at home. Brentford just knocking it around. There's not too much happening in this City game. Flecken works the ball back to the left-hand side. Sent long by Flecken and out of play for a throw into City. We like that. We like that. Apologies if my microphone just picked up the ice cream van going past my window then. Even Collins looks frustrated. Free kick given against him. Celtic have wrapped up the 3 points. 2-0 up now against Hearts. So less than 3 minutes remaining here at the Etihad. City lead by 2-1. Also found a late goal. 2-1 up now against Bradford. Here is Ilkay Gundogan. And played forward and just couldn't get it under control. Desperately unlucky. Rodri's settled himself in very well, hasn't he? Considering he's not played any minutes for City so far this season. Brentford still knocking it round and they've got space here. This is where City need to be really careful now because there's just no real time for City to find a goal if Brentford find that equaliser. We're into the 88th minute. Free kick for Brentford inside the City half. A good position for them to launch a ball forward into the City penalty area. So City's defending's got to be tight. It's got to be accurate. It's got to be good. No margin for error now, as West Ham's found a late equaliser against Fulham. And Crystal Palace have found an equaliser from the spot against Leicester. Heartbreak that for Leicester. So a chance here for Brentford to send something into the box. City need to defend this. And ball comes in, they allow it to bounce. And that'd be a goal kick for Manchester City. Can't imagine there's going to be too long added on here for City, to be honest. I've had substitutions, but there's not been any goals. I can't see there being any more than maybe 3 goals, if I'm honest. Junior, thanks for tuning in. City winning, not won yet. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves just yet. I might be a little bit behind on the stream, but I don't think the game's ended yet. As Sheffield Wednesday found a late goal at Hillsborough against Queen's Park Rangers, lead by a 0-0. Barry Bannon in the 93rd minute. Sent long then by Ederson. Haaland can't get his head onto it. Is he going to make it back-to-back hat-tricks? Mixit will be very happy. Preston have picked up a good point on the road against Middlesbrough. Bolton's game comes to an end, lost 4-0. Dad won't be very happy about that. Thank you for keeping me up to date, by the way, Dad, with everything that's happening. I did see your message saying you'll keep me up to date if I couldn't get my stream back up. Or focusing on getting my stream back up rather than going on to my messages to reply. But I did see it, so thank you for that. So, 8 seconds to go. And then we're into what I've been informed is 2 minutes added on. I said there won't be too long added on. So into the first of 2 minutes. So don't forget, guys, leave a thumbs up. 18 likes to go to 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here. And do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Here's Brentford coming forward. Kitchen sink from Brentford. They play a good ball forward. They've got the touch. They've got the man over. They can play the pass forward. The box comes across. And it's, thankfully, not a good ball in by Brentford. It's over the top of everyone. And Kyle Walker can play a pass forward here. This is where you could really do with City finding a free kick or a bit of space to do a bit of time wasting. Anything as long as you don't do that and give the ball away from Ilkay Gundogan. And he looks like he wants to stay down. He needs to get back. Brentford in the penalty area. A shot's going to come in. Oh, and it's just wide. Whew. Yarmouk with the shot. He came on earlier in the second half. Must have missed that one. Drags his shot a yard wide there. City are lucky, and that could have been a smash and grab effort at the end from Brentford. Matheus Nunes, he's going to come on for City then. It's going to be City's 5th and final sub. Oh, Blackpool have won it at the end against Exeter. So Erling Haaland is not going to get his back-to-back-to-back hat-trick. He's going to come off for Manchester City instead. And Matheus Nunes. Oh, Queen's Park Rangers have found a late equaliser at Hillsborough. They've had to wait till the 93rd minute for the opening goal in that game. And then 95th, 96th minute. Queen's Park Rangers have found an equaliser. Wow. I've got a love football. Hoping there's going to be no late drama here. Haaland comes off. Savinho comes off. Not Haaland. And Matheus Nunes is on. So he'll go in at left wing. 96th minute it is. Alfie Lloyd with the goal for Queen's Park Rangers. Ball gets sent long by City. Should be about 30 seconds remaining in this game. And Nottingham Forest have beaten Liverpool at Anfield. Wow. One of the biggest shocks of the season, that. Brentford trying to get hold of the ball. City coming forward. Keep hold of it. Find some space. Get it clear. City do keep hold of it. City coming forward. They can kill it off here. Here's De Bruyne. He's not interested in killing it off. He wants it in the corner flag. He said, I'm done. I'm going to keep it in the corner flag now. I'm going to waste some time. And he'll get a throw in for Manchester City. Lovely work from fine wine De Bruyne. And you think that would be that throw in for City right next to the Brentford corner flag. We're over a minute over what's been added on here at the Etihad. Just waiting for the full-time whistle. And there it is, the full-time whistle. Manchester City win this game by 2-1. It was a hard-fought victory for Manchester City. All that was important was picking up the 3 points, and they've managed to do so. Andrew says, win's a win, but boring. It's never boring when you win, as far as I'm concerned. Winning is the most important thing in football, and Man City have done enough today to win this game. Erling Haaland definitely my JSGC man of the match, because Erling Haaland is the difference between these two sides today. His brace helping Manchester City once more to come from behind to win this game at home at the Etihad. 2 games at the Etihad, 2 games where we've gone behind, 2 times we've come back. Erling Haaland grabbing another couple of goals. He is absolutely inevitable. He is a machine. Absolutely fantastic. So, City did sort out that possession in the second half. 54% possession for City, 46% for Brentford. Brentford's expected goal rate at 0.92, so just under 1. City at 1.90, so just under 2. Scoreline reflects what they'd expect, 2-1 to Manchester City. City with 18 shots compared with 8 for Brentford. City having 7 shots on target. Not the most clinical from City in that second half. Haaland unlucky not to come away with a hat-trick from hitting the post and also forcing a good save from Flecken. For Brentford, had a good spell. First 10 minutes, should have been 2-0 up. They needed that killer second goal. They didn't, and that's why they've not come away from the Etihad with points. When you go up against the Premier League champions and you go up against City, if you're in a position where you can grab a goal and grab a second goal, it's what you need to do against City, and ultimately they haven't. They've played a good game. It was a very enjoyable game of football. They pushed Man City all the way, but City have done enough today to pick up the 3 points, and to me, it's all that matters. Good to go, and on to the next one. It's the start of our Champions League campaign. 8 games we've got in the Champions League stage. We start it off against Inter Milan at home. So looking forward to that. We will have the build-up for that game. I am heading to the Etihad for the first time this season for that game. So looking forward to it. So rather than a live watch-along for that game, it will be a match vlog. I'll have all the build-up to the game for you guys to look forward to. All the build-up ahead of City's game against Arsenal next weekend as well. City's next Premier League match. And I'll also have my match reaction up for you guys, along with a transfer update up at some point for you guys to enjoy as well. So really nice to be back. Thank you so much for everybody for tuning in. We're now 17 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here. Do check out my social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries, do let me know your thoughts in the comments below or in the live chat whilst I'm still live. Julie says it's tough at the top. Most certainly is, Julia. Thanks for tuning in. Seamus says, thanks, Jay. You are more than welcome. Dalton says, told you, 2-1 win. Got to love Haaland. Do agree with that as well. So thank you everybody for tuning in. It is much appreciated. Finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. They're going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest football scores, match information, match statistics and analysis. They've provided all the information for today's game, right from team news right up to half-time and full-time analysis for you guys. It is a free app to download, very highly rated, so do go and check it out. And anyone that does download SofaScore using my link in the description or the QR code on screen or the link in the live chat does help to support the future content created here on my channel. I'm going to roll my promo video one more time right now. Thank you very much to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. Do go and check them out. Links and details there in the description. And I will see you all for my reaction video out within the next hour or so by 6 PM BST. So I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Have a superb rest of your weekend. City, top of the league once more. Got to love it. See you soon. I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Peace. Ciao for now.